One of the biggest things that Perplexity and OpenAI and even Claude to a certain extent have been used to target, and the best one is the open source llamas. And the best one so far, even for us, is Llama because of how cheap it is to deploy, because of its open source nature.
Hey guys, and welcome once again to the Grow IT podcast. One of your hosts here, Trigana King. And today we are very excited, guys, to have our guest, Mr. Hardy from Liquid Technologies. And we will diving into his story today. And then as well as, what it is his company does. And then some engaging insights into the technology industry. So make sure you stick around for this one. But without further ado, Hardy, welcome. If you don't mind to please introduce yourself and just tell us a quick snippet or so of your story.
Awesome. My name is Hadi Tabani. I'm the CEO of Liquid Technologies. Liquid Technologies is a data and AI consulting company. My background is computer science and mathematical economics from Rice University here in Houston, Texas. I graduated 2015 and I started working at Accenture as a technology consultant focused on innovation projects across the South region. So think Schlumberger, Statoil, Shell, their innovation funds were our targets. And we were doing real-time analytics, predictive analytics, video analytics, and so on and so forth. And I realized that the potential value for the projects is there, but I did not feel that human-to-human connection. It was more of a business-to-business connection.
Oh,
And I started my entity, Liquid Technologies, right off of that to give that connection to my customers as well.
excellent. Tell me, Hardy, how did you, how did you like get into this business sector? What was it that like sparked your initial interest? What made you so passionate about this?
Absolutely. One of the critical things in what we do on a day to day is solve very challenging problems for larger organizations that primarily do not have the basic understanding of where to start. And that's where we come in, giving that subject matter expertise,
Mm.
specifically around digital transformation, cloud migration, as well as AI projects nowadays, because companies are realizing fast
Oh,
enough
wow.
how AI can impact their businesses.
Yeah.
Um, for me, that was phenomenal. We were doing machine learning and AI work back in 2017, 2016, and advanced AI work. So nowadays, when people try to do generative AI and try to embed that into their daily business lives,
Yeah.
we soon enhance their understanding of what AI is and its capabilities, specifically around what generative AI is and what different types of AI uh, verticals there are. Similarly, getting that day-to-day usage of how a business is running and how AI can impact that business, um, we love in our company. That's something we live for. Finding new challenges to solve every day and implementing our processes, our learnings across the industries that we are number one at now.
Excellent. And tell me, Hardy, based on your expertise, what are the current market trends that you currently are aware of? Like what ways are the wind blowing these days? What have you been picking up?
Lots of AI. um,
Well, AI is a buzzword at the moment, right? Hey.
No, but so lots of automation. What that actually translates to is how can I automate some place where inefficiency exists within my entity, and for CIOs in uh, finance leadership and other operational leadership position roles, people ask themselves every day, where do we have inefficiency? What are some of the tasks that we can automate? And let's talk to an expert and ask them to automate it for us. For example, a very small thing we did for a customer just out of Lubbock, Texas. They had they recruited around 100, 200 people a month, and they used to place them in different second tier job markets, right? And the problem for them was to doing screening on a daily basis for thousands and thousands of resumes, and then finding the right skill set, placing it, and all of that. The screening piece was automated by us. And how was that possible? We did OCR on the resumes. We extracted all the relevant data sets. We tagged it into a succinct framework model that was ideal for their specific business case. And from those skill sets, they could align expectations from their clients directly with. Also, we had recent human reviews on each customer or each talent recruit that they had to place. So that way we could get the right expectation with the right role. And placing that, automating 1,000 resumes screening reduced a lot of inefficiency within the company and saved them a lot of dollars.
Yes, I'm just thinking now, especially I think from, I mean, that specific company you mentioned now doing that type of recruiting, that quantity per month, right? I mean, that's tedious, especially obviously for their HR function. And I mean, if I suppose you guys assisted them quite a lot to up that production, and saving time, obviously.
Absolutely. Similarly, one of the companies that we're working with, a large manufacturing entity, and a lot of problems with edge engineers trying to find user manual data. And what we were able to do is we have our own flagship product called Machine AI, where the edge engineer can actually tap into an asset and ask questions about it. All the data is centralized, all the maintenance data is centralized, sensor data is picked up in some of the cases. For example, temperature, heat, variations, movements, and also voltage. So all of that data in real time is making asset health very clear for the edge engineer to see that, okay, this asset's working fine, but what are the predictive features on it? When do I expect a downtime? Should I do maintenance today, or is tomorrow a better day to do maintenance? And AI will answer these questions that usually you would depend on expert analysis to answer on, because it has more data.
Yes. Tell me, and if we can dive a bit deeper in general, more about your business. Hadi, what are like some of the trends that you are picking up relating to what your business does, right? And in the marketplace, those type of trends. What is specifically going on that side?
So when you say marketplace, do you mean in generative AI, like OpenAI, all of the?
Yeah, all of the above. Towards the services that you guys offer in the marketplace. Are there any new trends that you've been picking up? When it comes to technology, for that point of view, by any chance?
One of the biggest things that Perplexity and OpenAI and even Claude to a certain extent have been used to target, and the best one is the open source Llamas. And these, the best one so far, even for us, is Llama, because of how cheap it is to deploy, because of its open source nature, and how quickly you can do customer service through this platform, right? And the biggest trend that I've been seeing is automating customer responses through AI, through generative AI. That's, I feel like, something that every e-commerce business, every mom and pop shop that has a customer service agent, they can embed it right away into their websites, a small chatbot, or their social channels, or their communication channels, something that kind of is always listening, learning, and responding when you're not available.
Got it. Tell me, and what would you say is the most, I mean, I know you guys got a couple of verticals and services that you offer, but what would you say if you had to choose one that's the most significant value, to your business, what you can bring to the market and to other companies? What would be that most significant?
One of the biggest services one of the services that we're offering that has the biggest potential in today's industry is our AI strategy workshop, where we sit
Yeah.
with you. It's an 8-week workshop. We sit with our end customers. We literally draw out the entire plan of how the data flows within their organization from inception to all value add pieces. And then we figure out where the bottlenecks in the value add pieces so that we can increase efficiency by automating those processes. And this workshop has worked wonders for some of the manufacturing companies that we're working with and some of the other logistical companies also. Understanding where can you provide your end customer as the business the best value by automating your pieces so that you are never a bottleneck for your business, or your business is never a bottleneck for your customers as well. And that strategy workshop, 8 weeks, succinct, end-to-end templated. We'll sit with your teams. We'll understand your business models. We're already working with manufacturing, logistics, large scale and heavy industries. We're working with right now, we're actually working with fertilizer plants and similarly with oil and gas exploration companies to automate some of their large scale use cases through AI. And before we enter like, okay, product A, product B, product C, we kind of want to understand the business bottlenecks before we kind of tell you which one will work. Because I think everything stems from the problem statement. Once we understand the problem statement, our minds know which product or which vertical of AI would be the right fit. Would it video analytics solve the problem, or would you need a generative AI bot?
Excellent. So it's like a full turnkey from like A to Z, that you solve the problems, and having that like that holistic view, you know, that 30,000-foot view from the top first, to obviously identify those bottlenecks at first, then to obviously provide that strategy afterwards. That sounds excellent what you guys do. The you know, if we can, I'm thinking now if I can just get your opinion on you know, just a bit more maybe as business in general. You know, you've been around the block a couple of times, so I thought to ask you, you know, what you know, for the younger generation out there, what type of mindset do you think is needed to be a successful founder of a company?
I think this is a very critical question, and something that within my team, we have more than 100 people across 4 countries. That comes up very often, specifically in our younger hires, where they're like, okay, so we're in, and what do we do? And this is part of our, the first onboarding session. You need to have a growth mindset. You need to understand your value. Where can you implement that value with the most impact? And then have a resiliency behind it. Like, no matter what you see, you'll keep at it until you solve it, and then move forward to the next step. So having that growth mindset enables you to have a larger vision so that you keep learning iteratively. And similarly, that resiliency helps you to not stop. And even if you see failure, you just like, okay, another chip on the block, let's go ahead, let's do it again. And that, I feel like, any problem we see with this mindset, we'll never come away unhappy.
That's very much good advice. And then some more advice, if you don't mind. What are some of the most important things that obviously you've learned on the road, you know, in your career up until now?
Well, very good question. I think one of the most critical things in business that you get taught again and again while working with different types of people is how impactful clear communication can be in any setting. If you are transparent with what you can provide in terms of value, in terms of impact, in terms of results, and you can have that clear understanding, okay, this is what we bring to the table, this is what we will need from you, and have that templated so that any new customer, new person that joins your company has those things. Big difference. That's a game changer. And that's one of the things that we did over the last 2 years, is that all the SOPs that we had created last 7-8 years, we made them public for all our employees. And then we put a bot on top that could answer any questions based on all of our SOPs.
That's excellent. I love that. Well, I need to thank you for your time today. Thank you for coming on. And then for our listeners out there, Hardy, if you don't mind, just to tell us where can everybody get hold of you guys?
Best place, call us. We have our number on the website. We have a chatbot that you can talk to, or call us and someone will answer from our Houston team or our teams across the world as well.
Sure. If you don't mind, just to give that website address of yours.
Yes, absolutely. www.liqteq.com.
Excellent. Hardy, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.